What's good, everybody? Timeless. Hold up. Why are you all so far away? I can't see you all. Oh, hold up. Let me try something real quick. Let me get out this Spyglass real quick. And can you see me now? Oh, much better. Okay. As I was saying, what's good, everybody? Timeless Traveler here, and welcome back to another Minecraft Bedrock Beta showcase. This isn't any Bedrock Beta showcase, however. We have shaken off the 1.16 releases. We are now officially in 1.17.0.50. That's right, everybody. We are now officially in 1.17 betas, and Team Minecraft has gone big with this release. We have a lot to go over, and a lot of new generations, a few new blocks, and of course a couple new trinkets like the one that you see here. So of course we're going to delve into all of these new generations and trinkets and whatnot, but before we do, don't forget to leave a like, subscribe to the channel, and hit that notification bell so you can stay up to date on all future content. Now, without any further ado, let's go ahead and jump into these new features. So I guess you kind of already saw the capabilities of one of these new trinkets, the Spyglass. As you saw, we could zoom in with this lovely device we created with some amethyst shards and some bits of copper. Now, in the hand, it looks very cool, kind of like it's a nice little baton. You just kind of whack things away with it. And we can also zoom in and see things from afar. Now, of course, this does not change the render distance, meaning like, so we can see fog over there. It's not going to render more in that area, so we can actually see more. We simply are going to be able to see things closer. And there's a couple things, and we got something down there that we're going to take a look at sooner, but we can also use this to read messages that are far away. We could take a look at that amazing goat, and we could just follow his progress. This has a very nice little, you could see the textures on the screen. It's got a bit of glassiness, and then it's got that nice little frame all the way around. Now, we do not currently have a way to change. We don't have variable zoom. There is either this or there is this. There is no way to kind of go halfway or anything like that. And from the front, the animation is very cool. As you saw earlier when I was trying to get a closer look at all of you, we just kind of hold it up to the face just like this. Very simple. Now I'm going to turn up the game volume. Let's see if you can hear this real quick. Well, it has a bit of a crank sound to it. And you'll actually slow down when you're using it. And if you go into the settings, you're actually able to change how quickly you can actually move as you're looking through it in first person. Now, I cleared things out just a bit for us to kind of see what's going on down there. Now, since we have the Spyglass, I figured this is the perfect opportunity to take a look at what is underground. And we finally have the Amethyst Geode. This is going to segue into a few new blocks, so get ready. And here we are next to the Amethyst Geode. And if we just kind of zoom out a bit, and you can take a look at just how much I have cleared out. It took me clearing all of this to finally be able to find one Amethyst Geode. Now, that's a lot of mining, everybody. I wonder if we will be able to see these as we're exploring the caves. I hope they are not completely covered. It would be nice to have these, just stumble upon these as we're going throughout all these different caves. If not, it's going to be quite the challenge to come across one of these. It's going to be very rare. So be ready for the adventure if you want to find your Amethyst Geode. But once you do find these Amethyst Geodes, that is when you are going to be able to start farming this beautiful, beautiful amethyst shards, crystals, and blocks. So what we're currently standing on is the amethyst block. I'm going to show you how we get to that point. So in order to get to the amethyst block, you need to get 4 amethyst shards. In order to get 4 amethyst shards, you need to find a budding amethyst within the geode. From the budding amethyst, it will grow these little buds. Medium amethyst bud, small amethyst bud, And I think we have a large in here somewhere. Doesn't look like it, but we do. But the next stage from there is large amethyst bud. And then from there, we have ourselves the amethyst cluster. Once it is at its fully grown stage, the amethyst cluster, we will be able to mine it for those shards. Now, if we hop into survival real quick, I'm going to show you the rules behind mining. We have to use an iron pickaxe or higher. And once it's fully grown, it will drop a minimum of 4 shards. Now we can also silk touch these, save them for later, or we can use Fortune 3. Now I'm going to get rid of these real quick just so we can get a better count. We can Fortune 3 these and get potentially more. And then once you have your 4 amethyst shards, you can create yourself the beautiful amethyst block. Now, back here in creative mode, let's take a... I want you to listen to this. I turned up the volume real quick. Oh, see, we just had one button. Was not expecting that, but as long as it is an air block, there is no water touching it, then it should grow. Now, listen to this. When we walk on this amethyst, tell me this isn't a beautiful sound. Listen to that, everybody. Listen to the jingle jingle. The beautiful sound of amethyst being stepped on. Now this is walking on it, placing, and breaking. So this is going to make for some lovely redstone musical devices or potentially noise machines to annoy your friends on servers. Either way, the amethyst block is musical and very purpley and very beautiful. Now, the Amethyst Geode is not just purpley bits and clusters and useful for farms. It also has naturally generating smooth basalt and calcite. Now, in order to get smooth basalt, everybody, you just grab yourself your regular basalt and you throw it into the furnace. You cook it up and you're going to get yourself the smooth basalt. Then we have naturally generating calcite, which is a nice marbly kind of block. I think it would go well with maybe a quartz, maybe a black stone. It's I feel like this is the more nicer polished version of diorite. For those that don't like diorite, maybe you'll enjoy this. If you enjoy quartz and you want a little bit more of a marbly texture, I believe calcite will be able to do that for you. And since we're here, we're also going to take a look at the new Tuff Block. Now this one's a bit more, so it's another one of all those gray blocks, but it's got some different hues to it as well. This would be good, in my opinion, as say like you can use this for bits of a riverbed because it kind of has like those multi-stone texture looks to it. A little bit of this, a little bit of cobblestone, maybe a few bits of moss block, who knows? So we now have this generating below Y16. Yes, Y16. And below, we will see these bits of tuff. And on the topic of mining, let's talk about a few changes that have finally come over to the Bedrock version. We have seen this in the Java snapshots, but it is nice to finally have it in the Bedrock betas. So in order to keep consistent with, say, when you break lapis, it drops into lapis. When you break the redstone, it turns into redstone. Now, when you break the gold or the iron or the copper, we get this lovely thing. We get raw iron, we get raw gold, and we get raw copper, everyone. So we will no longer be getting the block forms. We won't be getting the ores unless you hit that thing with a bit of silk touch. Now, just like with the lapis, if we use fortune, or if we use it on redstone or diamond, the fortune enchantment gets applied. Now, this is big, everyone. This is very, very big. Mining for iron and gold has become much more rewarding. If you use Fortune 3 on your iron, you have the chance of getting, well, you're supposed to get Fortune applied. It seems maybe that is a bug. I got the exact same amount. I don't think Fortune is working. Okay, everybody, scratch that. For now, we cannot apply fortune to the ores, but do not worry, Java has it, and it would be silly for them not to have that on the Bedrock edition. So, probably in the next beta release, we will see the fortune enchantment applied to our lovely bits of iron, gold, and of course copper. But in the meantime, just keep this in mind. We still have this new raw iron, we have the new raw gold, and we have the raw copper. Now, what can we do with these? Well, there's a couple things that we can do. We can make ourselves a block of beans, as people are calling it, or a block of strawberries. And I haven't seen any nicknames for this. It's just a block of gold. You can also, when you want the ingots, you can go ahead and you can smelt them in either a furnace or a blast furnace, and you will get the ingot version. So there is a bit more of a process, but it is really still the same. You can keep your bits of raw iron, gold, and copper. You can smelt them down into ingot form, and if you need, you can just compact them into the block of beans, the block of strawberries, and the block of gold. They have changed the textures a bit, so it doesn't look as much like beans, but it is still the talk of Twitter to call it beans. Okay, team, here we are with your standard iron beacon. We have ourselves black stained glass, and if you didn't know, you put black stained glass over a beacon, it changes the color of the beam. So let's go ahead and try it with this other bit of stained glass as well. And oh, hold up. Oh, wait, this isn't stained glass. This is actually tinted glass. Now, this is another new block. So tinted glass is completely see-through, as you can see, just like black stained glass would be. But if you take a look underneath, you'll notice that the light goes away. So tinted glass filters out all light. So if we just cover ourselves up in here, it is considerably darker. I would say it is actually dark enough to spawn a hostile mob. So if you want to have a dark room, but you want to be able to see through, tinted glass is going to be your block. And as it turns out, looking for those Amethyst Geodes are going to be very, very crucial in your search for some tinted glass, because if we check the recipe, you need 4 amethyst shards and your standard glass to make a couple tinted glass. Now, currently we do not have any tinted glass panes. However, I believe in future beta releases we will have that. But you will first need to hunt down your Amethyst Geodes deep underground. You will need to start farming those amethyst shards. Then you will be able to create your tinted glass to cover your bacons or create your dark rooms. And I thought I would save one of the best features for last. Now, forgive the darkness. I thought it would be best to first show it in its natural look, the way that it is supposed to be without any night vision. So if you can see, we already have some spores. You can kind of already get an idea where I am and what I'm about to show you, everyone. Look at this, everybody. Let's just take a nice cruise through the beautiful Lush Caves. Now, currently, we do not have an above ground indicator as to whether or not we are at the Lush Caves. We are supposed to have some azalea trees, or just trees that have like this little texture right here inside the shrubberies, inside the leaves. And then directly under that, it should take us into these beautiful Lush Caves. Now, this one, of course, is not going to have that indicative block, because if you look at the Y level, we are here at 21, very, very far down below ground. But look at this. This is no filter, hashtag. This is no night vision, nothing. This is just the natural lighting, everybody. These Lush Caves look amazing. Look at this. We have the drip leaf. We have the glowberries. We have the clay. Now, I know getting clay is quite the grind early game, but if you come across a Lush Cave, you are going to find so much clay. That is if the Lush Caves end up staying this big. I mean, look at this. Look at it. We got little pockets of water. We've got the little bits of drip leaf. I mean, look at this. We have all these different layers of water, the aquifers, the drip leaves, the clay, all layering down into this beautiful, beautiful riverbed. Underground riverbed, we have the lovely oxalotls, which now generate more frequently inside the waters. Underground, we have the beautiful spore blossoms, which are giving us these amazing particles. We got the occasional bats. And then it also combines, as we can see here, with this incredible dripstone. Now, this cave seems to go on and on and on. Now, I don't know if it's intended for the Lush Caves to be this big, but as we can see, we're covering quite a lot of ground, everyone. Hopefully, the Lush Caves end up being this big, because this is a great place to set up camp. I mean, look how light it is. You could put maybe some torches in here or put some shroom lights because it's a natural lighting. And you could easily set up base in here. You've got water, you've got light, you can grow your food. There's so many possibilities that can be done with all of these different blocks and this beautiful terrain generation. And that's going to be it for today's beta showcase, everyone. Thank you all again so much for watching. I am Timeless Traveler, and this was the Bedrock Beta 1.17.0.50. Today marks the first time that we have an official 1.17 beta release, and Team Mojang, Team Minecraft did not disappoint when they delivered us this beta release. And if you enjoyed this video and enjoyed seeing the new features that the beta has to offer, don't forget to leave a like down below, subscribe, and of course hit that notification bell so you can stay up to date on all future videos. So when I do release another beta video, then you will stay up to date in real time. And let me know down below, what was your favorite 1.17 beta release feature? I would love to hear about it down below in the comments. Just click down there and let me know what you plan on doing with some of these new features, like the glow berries, the drip leaf, and just overall what you think about this new terrain generation. So until next time, you all take care, have an amazing day, and I will see you in the next video.